Welcome to Simple Physics. Today we are going to see about the range of alpha particles. So when an alpha particle is allowed to pass through a gas, so the alpha particle has the tendency to ionize the gas through which it passes. Because of this ionization, it loses some of its energy during the ionization, and then it absorbs 2 electrons and becomes a neutral helium atom. At that time it comes to rest. So range of alpha particle is nothing but distance through which an alpha particle travels in a substance before coming to rest. That is called as range of alpha particles. So experimental arrangement is also there to determine the range of alpha particle. So that experiment is called as Geiger-Nuttall experiment. So we see that now. Nuttall experiment. Geiger-Nuttall experiment to determine the range of alpha particles. So the experimental setup consisting of a glass bulb B, a spherical glass bulb. This is connected to actually a metal disc is there at the center of the glass bulb, which is represented by M. So the thin film that is present on the disc M is the alpha particle source, and the bulb is coated with silver film. It is the walls of the glass bulb is coated with silver film, and the metal disc is connected to the electrometer. So the 2 electrodes you are seeing, one is the negative terminal which is connected to this metal disc, and the positive terminal is connected to the other electrode. So high potential difference is applied between the silver film and the metal disc. So because of this high potential difference that is applied between the metal disc and the silver film, we can measure the ionization current using the electrometer. An electrometer is also connected here, you can see. So the gas is found to be getting ionized because of the high potential difference, and the alpha particle ionize the gas, and ionization current is produced. So the radius of the bulb gives the range of the alpha particle. So after measuring the ionization current for different pressures, a graph should be drawn between the two. So initially you can see as pressure increases, the ionization current also increases and reaches a maximum value at the critical pressure, which is represented as Pc. After that, the ionization current becomes constant throughout beyond this pressure Pc. So from this it is very clear that from normal pressure we can calculate the range of the alpha particle. So range is nothing but the alpha particle, when it ionizes the gas, it loses some of its energy, and at a particular time it comes to halt. So the distance taken by the alpha particle through the gas, that is called as range of the alpha particle. So in this way we can determine the range of the alpha particle. So in this experimental sentence, the radius of the spherical bulb gives the range of the alpha particle. Geiger's law. The range of the alpha particle is directly proportional to the velocity of its emission, and it is found to be proportional to cube of the velocity of its emission. So we can rewrite the range of the alpha particle is equal to AV cube, and this A, it is a constant. So this law, it is called as the Geiger's law. Range energy relation. We can find the relation between the range of the alpha particle and energy of the alpha particle using a relation. So first we have to see what is the relation connecting energy and the velocity of emission of alpha particle. So the energy is found to be directly proportional to square of the velocity of emission of the alpha particle. So this clearly tells that velocity is equal to e power half. It is found to be directly proportional to e power half. So substituting that e power half here instead of v, we can find r as r is equal to b e power 3 by 2, and where b is a constant. Geiger-Nuttall law. Geiger-Nuttall law is the relation connecting range of the alpha particle and disintegration constant. So this relation is called as the Geiger-Nuttall law, where lambda is the disintegration constant and r is the range of the alpha particle. A and B are constant. So here if graph is drawn between log lambda and log r for the three different series, radium series, thorium series and actinium series, we will get three parallel lines, three straight lines. Those lines are found to be parallel to one another, and it is very clear that the lambda value is directly proportional to r. So the elements having the radioactive element having large decay constant has long range, and the range is the range is directly proportional to energy of the alpha particles. So the element having long range emit higher energy alpha particles. So from this relation it is concluded the constant A is different for the different series, but the constant B is same for all the three series, radioactive series, radium series, thorium series and